So hello, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people probably don't have a concept of, and that is demonetization. The simple fact is demonetization is when they take the currency like you have here, and sometimes they make it no longer legal tender, so it would be no longer spendable. So if you look at all the coins here, maybe I'll put a few that I know of. So we've got some older Canadian coins, Mexican coin. We have some African coins. So which of these would you think have been demonetized? And oh wait, how about some Norwegian coins? So we'll put the Norway 5 krona. So anyway, which of these do you think have been demonetized? You'll probably notice that this $2 is still legal tender. So in Australia, we don't demonetize the coins that are issued since 1911 and the banknotes since 1913. So in theory, you could still spend this 1 penny coin, which is 10/12 of a cent. So was it 12/10 of a cent? Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. So you can, in theory, still spend this coin because it has not been demonetized. It has been withdrawn from circulation. So basically, you could probably take like, I don't know, 6 pennies to a bank and get 5 cents. But you know, the collector's value of these coins is worth more than 5 cents. So Australia does not demonetize its currency. Then we have some Iraqi coins. So we've got Iraqi 5 fils. These have been demonetized in 2004. And these were the ones issued under Saddam Hussein, so the dictatorship. So some countries do demonetize their coins. Then we've got Syrian coins. So these are the current Syrian coins. These ones, I hate it when the autofocus turns off. So these ones are still legal tender, but the value has dropped out. So sometimes when coins become pretty worthless, like this 5 pounds, so the Syrian pound, this £5 coins is worth half a cent. So it's 1,000 pounds equals $1 now. And these £5 coins have just dropped out of circulation. They have not been demonetized. So sometimes when a coin is not in circulation, or a banknote, doesn't mean it's been demonetized. It means that it just doesn't circulate because of the value. In New Zealand, all the larger pre-decimal coins have been demonetized. So these ones were demonetized in November 2006 when they changed over their coin sizes. So that is the second reason why they demonetize coins. They just change the coin sizes or can't change the design of the actual coin. And a few countries do this. UK does this, New Zealand, Brazil does this as well, as far as I know. And here we have 2 coins here. So this is the current legal tender 20 cent. This is the previous one. So this one you can spend, this one you can't. You can exchange it at the bank, at the Reserve Bank in New Zealand, but you can't spend it in a shop or anything like that. And the 2 cent coin, I think, was demonetized in 1988 or 89 before the Australians done it. But New Zealand, one country, demonetizes their coins. So when they demonetize their coins, it could be you can exchange it at the bank like you can do at the New Zealand. Now, another country, so this is Angola. So this is 20 escudos. issued under the Portuguese, but these were demonetized around about 1980. So some coins that are demonetized, you can't exchange. So these ones are no longer exchangeable. Angola's had a few currencies since this one. So these ones you cannot take to a bank and exchange. They're just a collector's coin. So that is the second type of, or the third type of demonetization, when they are just no longer exchangeable. And the same thing can happen to banknotes. So here we have a current Chinese banknote. This one, a lot of people think are demonetized, but no, they're still legal tender. They still use them, even in 1980. So I could take this banknote and spend it in China. It's worth half yuan, so that one is still current. Then we have the older EU banknote. So this one is 92. So I got this when I bought something off eBay from Europe. I paid too much money and they gave me a €5 banknote as instead of reversing the partial charge. This is the 2002, the first series. It's only a Euro banknote I got. It's got X, which is Germany, and these ones are still legal tender. Then we have the pre-Euro banknotes. So this is the Greek drachma. These ones, unlike the German banknotes you can still take them to the Bundesbank and change them for euros. These ones you cannot. So the Greek banknotes have been totally demonetized. A few other countries have done that, like Italy, I think Slovakia. I'm not too sure about all the countries. France has done. So they have totally demonetized the old banknotes, and these are in drachmas. So that is another the demonetization window. You cannot change them at a bank. And this is another demonetization. So this is hyperinflation. So these banknotes usually just fall out of use, and sometimes they demonetize them, sometimes they don't. But because the value becomes totally valueless, there's really no need to demonetize this type of stuff, because these ones would not be accepted because, they are totally worthless. Same with the Soviet ruble. These become totally worthless. And these were demonetized in a lot of the countries because they issued their own currency. So in Lithuania, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, they issued their own currencies, so these ones no longer were legal tender. They were still legal tender in Russia up until 93, 94, when they issued their own banknotes. But these ones pretty much became a coin up until 100 rubles. So these ones were withdrawn and demonetized in the mid-90s. But then we have old series, so that are no longer issued but have not been demonetized. So these are the Hong Kong dollars, so HSBC. So these ones are still legal tender. You can take these and spend them for 70 Hong Kong dollars in Hong Kong. And I have gotten a few 20 and 50 banknotes of the older series in change. Do I keep them? Generally not. They're usually pretty bad shape, so I would just spend them again. But some countries, and this includes Australia, you can take the old, do I have a pound banknote? You can take an old pound banknote, so this one, and you can spend it for $2, because that's the exchange rate when they decimalised. But the collector's value of this banknote is a lot more than $2, so you wouldn't actually do that. But the collector's value of these banknotes is pretty low, so you'd probably better off spending them. And that goes with a lot of the paper decimal banknotes, especially the ones from the 90s that are in low grade. If they're, really high grade, uncirculated, then they would be collectible. But a lot of the low grade ones are really not worth keeping. So you can still spend them for $20. But there's a caveat. A lot of people probably won't accept this because they're not familiar with it. It's not modern, current issued banknotes. It's older issued banknotes. So if they're not familiar with it, they'll probably reject it if they might suspect it's counterfeit. So that is some of the ways that demonetisation does happen. So in summary, there is demonetisation. Okay, there's non-demonetisation, where they continue to still be exchangeable, legal tender. There is monetisation, where you can still exchange them for the current currency at the bank. And then there is, oh, not those ones. Okay. Demonetisation, which is not really legal monetisation, it's just when the currency becomes totally worthless, that they no longer circulate. And that could include these Iraqi coins. Then there is total demonetisation. So when they just become collector's items, you can't exchange them at a bank. And that goes for a lot of old coins. So this is a Bhutanese Deb, or half rupee. These ones are demonetized when I don't know exactly the date, but they are demonetized. I know that. So these ones are collector's items, but worth more than the actual demonetization value. So basically, I hope this was clear. If it wasn't, let me know and I'll redo the video. So thank you very much, and I hope this teaches you about demonetization of currency. Thank you and goodbye.